Good evening, Cochrane. Welcome to another Instagram Live interview with one of Cochrane's key players in the sports and activity world. Tonight, I have the pleasure of interviewing Sam. I actually don't know Sam at all. I've never even had a conversation with him before tonight. So it's going to be really cool to be able to interview him. I'm going to ask him, what his favorite color is and all that kind of stuff for you, and talk a bit about the Community Better Challenge that Cochrane is doing a great job at right now. Hey, Sam.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
You're not melting to death?
No, I got the AC in here, so it's not bad at all.
Good. Good for you. I'm sitting outside because it's just maybe a little bit cooler out here. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Like
hopping
how's
on
it
here
like
with me
that?
tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you for inviting
definitely.
me.
You're at the shop. Show us around. Give us a quick little tour of what's all around
Um,
you.
it's like the shoe wall, a bunch of skateboards. We're unloading a bunch of Vans shoes and just more skateboards. And then in this back section is, um, yeah, just so many more skateboards right now. And then
Wow.
other skateboards that are being unloaded. And then there's like, yeah, all the clothing in these sections. But yeah, mostly just an insane amount of skateboard stuff right now. And after last year, there was just crazy shortages on everything. So it's um, it's nice to have stock and everything, even if we have too much.
Yeah. So last summer was the opposite, where you guys were definitely lacking in stock, or?
Yeah, we were trying to buy like 6 months worth of stock from brands, and they were putting holds on stuff. So they'd get like 500 of something in, and they'd be like, every shop in Canada is allowed five of these or something. And then you get five in, and they'd be gone in 20 minutes. But
Oh
just
my
supply
gosh.
chain issues.
Wow. So this summer, you've got everything, and is there there's probably a lot more people getting into skateboarding, kind of like I'm a new mountain biker. So do you find there's a
Yeah,
lot more people getting into the sport?
yeah. I think with any outdoor activity that you could do socially distanced by yourself, it was like a huge win for those sports kind of thing. So bikes and skateboards were just so impossible to get a hold of.
Yeah. Right. So I did a little bit of reading up on you because I don't know anything about you. My friends are like, you got to say it's like perfect for what you guys are doing with the Community Better Challenge. And I'm like, all right. So I did read a little bit about you. I'm not sure if that's my Wi-Fi or yours. It looks like, oh, mosquito. It looks like we're having a little bit of connection issues there.
Yeah, I can turn mine off, but I think I have full bars because I'm at work. So
Oh,
um,
okay. Maybe it's me.
I don't know. Try yours, and if not, then I'll turn mine on to just data.
Yeah, let's do that. Sorry
Is
about
that
that,
better?
everyone. I think we're good to go now. There we go.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're diving into your life story. Where are you from?
I'm from Sylvan Lake, or I grew up in Sylvan Lake, Red Deer area, and that's where I got
Okay,
into skateboarding and stuff.
right.
And then moved to Cochrane 14 years ago to start the store.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's been your baby like since day one.
yeah, pretty
Awesome.
much. I registered for university and I dropped out and used my money that I had saved for uni to go to start the store, kind of thing.
Yeah, I love it. Love it. So you just fell in love with skateboarding at what age? And
Probably I don't know. Sometime in middle school, I got into it because all my friends got into it, and I played like hockey and soccer and other competitive sports. And then skateboarding was just something that I could do like on my own time and whenever I wanted, and I didn't have to like I wasn't stuck to a coach or like a team meeting up to do it. So I don't know. I
right,
thought that was really appealing, especially being in a small town where there's not a lot to do most of the year. You just go out and
right.
do it whenever you wanted, kind of thing. Kept you out of trouble too.
So it worked well with your schedule, aka no schedule, just to be
Yeah.
able to do it whenever you want.
Well, just having lots of free time, being in a small town, there's nothing going on, so yeah,
Right.
you can go skateboard from 9 a.m. till midnight if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've been around Cochrane for 14 years. So what kind of changes have you seen in and around Cochrane in the skateboarding world, like improvements and things like that? And I mean, you've been a part of a lot of stuff. The article I read said that you were making some of your guys stay around on their days off to run camps and stuff. Like, talk more about that.
Yeah. Yeah, we've done kids skateboard camps for like almost 10 years now. We started with the town of Cochrane, and then town of Cochrane got rid of all of their kids camps and stuff, so we just kept
Right.
them going. And we have some really good brands that support us. So like Vans jumped on board, and they've like sponsored it for the last 8 years. They like pay our insurance when we do lots of events. Like they're always like dishing out cash to like make sure they're supporting skateboarding at the grassroots level, which is really cool. It's like this year
Wow.
they're paying for all of our insurance for skateboard camps, and yeah, they're sending out a bunch of stuff to give away to kids, and yeah, they're just really good at doing anything like that. So when the town bailed on everything, we were just going to cancel it because it's just so
Yeah.
much work, and we did it for I think 6 years with the town, and then we just volunteered every year because it was like a fun thing to do. And then um, when they bailed, I just really didn't want to deal with the money and the parents and all that kind of stuff. I thought that
Yeah.
was a nightmare, but so many people were begging us to keep it going, so we did, kind of thing.
So
And
did
that's
you
been
have
cool.
some of the parents jump in and sort of fill the role of like doing registration and the money stuff, or like how did
No,
that kind of fall into place?
we just do it all. We like brought it all in house, and then the last 3 years we've been working with the Inside. That's like another local charity, and they help with a bunch of that stuff too. But
Oh man, that's
uh,
awesome.
yeah, I still preferred it when we just showed up, and it was easier than doing all the paperwork and dealing with all the parents and doing all that stuff. But uh,
Yeah,
yeah, the town a few years ago um, they like canceled all their kids camps. I don't know if you know that,
right.
but it was
I
like
did not know that. My son was involved in them. He's 15 now, but I didn't realize that because that must have happened kind of after I was done needing those.
yeah, I want to say it was like 3 or 4 years ago. It's like Deb Maxwell used to run all that stuff, and she was amazing. She was actually the one
Yes.
that came up with the idea and asked us to do skateboard camps. And
Wow.
um, yeah, they just like cut all that stuff. So now it's like in our own hands. But yeah, Vans has definitely like stepped up, and they've been like an amazing company to work with on all that stuff. They're always like super supportive of it. So it's been cool.
What an awesome story. Like, just so cool to hear that that's how that went down. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I'm going to be interviewing some people like in the biking world here in the next couple of days. I'm excited because I've heard some pretty cool stuff is going on in that world too. So tell us more about you. I know you were like, well, I'm not really the face of the company, and I'm like, well, you're pretty well known in town. You're like the
Yeah.
guy. So like, tell us more about you and what your sort of skateboarding career has been like. Like, where did that sport take you? What did you learn through that, and who did you meet, and all that good stuff?
I mean, through skateboarding, I've made pretty much all my friends that I have in life now. And then it's also like, I think as like a kid, it introduced me to like lots of different cultural stuff, like travel and music and photography. So like I've been
Right.
all over the world, like been to Barcelona like 6 times. We traveled all over the States, yeah, all over Europe. Um,
Wow.
just because you go different places to like skateboard and film, and you meet people out there, and it's like a really tight knit community. I guess it's a community just like how like a music scene would be, kind of thing. Like if you see someone wearing
Hmm.
your favorite band T-shirt, you're gonna
Yeah.
like instantly have something in common with them. And same thing with skateboarding. Like we were we do like team trips all the time, and we were in like Spokane, Washington, um, and it was like July 4th, and we had nowhere to stay, and we just went to the skate park, and these guys were just like, come camp in our backyard. And same thing, I was in France one time skateboarding, and nowhere to stay, and this guy's like, come stay at my house. And like 20 years later, probably, or not 20 years, like 10 years later, I still like stay with him when I go to like France and stuff. And just like there's no other
No
community
way.
like that where you'd meet someone, and like a few hours later they'd be like comfortable like letting you into their house, and like even if you have not that much in common with them on like all your other stuff, like you still have skateboarding that you can talk to them about. So
Wow. Well, I can see why you're so passionate about keeping it going despite all the headaches of
Yeah,
dealing with the parents and the registration. I mean, if you felt that sense of community around the sport, I can see why you want more and more people to grow up with that and have that in their life. So thank
yeah,
you for that.
yeah. And I think skateboarding too, like growing up in a small town, I like there's not a ton to do when you're that like probably 12 to 16-year-old age in a small town. Like you can't go to the
Yeah.
playground and do like little kid stuff, but you don't have a car, so you can't like leave town or do like more adult stuff. So skateboarding fills a huge void for a lot of people in that age, I think as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I do love that it seems like a fairly inexpensive sport. Like I know we bought Jake's first skateboard from you guys in there, and like for any family at any income level, it's accessible. Like that is just so cool. But then when it comes to the skills development side of it, you guys are really filling that role too. Like I've heard all sorts of good things about the skate park. I don't know these people's names, but my son and his friends, like I'm a youth leader at the Cochrane Alliance Church, and a lot of the boys there are into skateboarding too. And there's like one night a week when you can go there, and there's like food and like people
Yeah.
teaching the kids, and like what's that all about?
Yeah, there's like on Thursdays there's a youth group that does called the Inside, and they do like a skate night there, um, and they usually have pizza and stuff like that. And then on Tuesdays there's some girls that do a girls' night there called prom night, and they have
No
pizza
way.
as well. So it's like usually like 40 girls like take over the skate park on Tuesdays. So again, it's been really cool.
Really?
Um,
I did not know that.
yeah,
That's fantastic. Well, for everyone watching who follows Shreds, and you're here in Cochrane, would love to have you help us win $100,000.
yeah,
Um, Cochrane is trying to win 100 grand to do something awesome for this town in relation to community and activity. So making
yeah.
Cochrane a better place to live for those of us who like to be active. There's always gaps in every town, but Sam, I'd be curious to know like what you would want to see that 100,000 invested in Cochrane when we win it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm biased to skateboard parks. And I feel like
Yes, which is great.
we'd like to see like more of that stuff, and we'd like to see like the skate park be have some upkeep to it because it was built like 15 years ago. It hasn't really
Okay.
ever had like very much upkeep. So there's like lots of cracks and stuff like that in it. But yeah, I think skateboarding is obviously like it's nice, like you said, it's like a low income thing. Like anybody can buy a skateboard and you can go skateboarding. Um, it's like soccer, basketball. It's like it's cool when you see a lot of the pros in it. And
Yeah.
not bashing other sports. Like I grew up playing hockey, but if you look at pro hockey players, they're overwhelmingly from like super affluent families. Same with snowboarding.
Right.
It's like or golf. You have to be a really rich person to like do well at it, kind of thing. And skateboarders, soccer players, like basketball, it's like the polar opposite. And I was always
Yeah.
super drawn to that. So and then yeah, you go to the skateboard park and you have people from all income levels, all different like races, all different like backgrounds, and it's just like everybody skateboards together. And if you're good at
Yeah.
skateboarding, then you just are respected in that way, kind of thing. Um,
Yeah.
so it's a cool sport for that, for sure.
It's very cool. I see lots of people saying indoor skate park, indoor skate park. That would be fantastic, right?
Yeah,
That'd be so cool.
definitely a
Um,
dream.
yeah, no kidding. Well, for all of you who want to help us win 100 grand, you can download the Participation app, Participation, and that app is going to allow you to track every minute that you're active. So whenever you're out skateboarding, whenever you're walking or riding your bike to and from the skateboard, if you do that, all those minutes go towards helping Cochrane win, and we will be crowned Canada's most active community and win $100,000. And that's why I just really appreciate you being on here with me right now, Sam, and opening up this challenge and this information to your followers and all your
Yeah.
loyal fans who love the shop and love you. So I just really appreciate it. Is there anything else you would like to leave everyone with right now? Any news, any upcoming events, anything at all?
I mean, we have those prom nights are every Tuesday right now, so girl skateboarding is super huge. We have kids summer
Woo!
camp coming up, and then I don't know what else. It's we didn't plan.
When are the camps coming up, and like how do people register for those?
They're on our website, and we have 3 weeks of them. So we do camps the last 2 weeks of July. The second last week of July is an all-girls camp that we're doing with prom night, and then the last week of July is our regular camps. Then we're doing that with the Inside, and then the first week of August is our regular camp as well. And it's like I think 7 to 14-year-olds, and yeah, they're sponsored by Vans, and they'll be really fun.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
what's the
hopefully
age
we'll have
range there for the
7 to
camps?
14 for the camps is what we usually
Okay.
say. And
Okay.
then yeah, we'll have other events throughout the summer too. Like last week we did a million events. We did Go Skateboarding Day on Monday, which is like International Go Skateboarding Day on the 21st, and then we did prom night on Tuesday, and then the Inside did their thing on Thursday, and then on Saturday we did an event at Tsutsina Reserve just outside of Calgary, and they like were opening a temporary skateboard park there. It's like not a big concrete one, but we went and helped launch that. That was super
I
cool
saw that
too.
on your
Yeah,
Instagram. So that went well?
yeah, it went super well. It was
Awesome.
really really fun, minus it being 1,000 degrees, but it was fun.
That's really cool. That's awesome. So how can Cochrane help, help you guys do more and be better? Like, do you need volunteers? Do you need, like, do you have some sort of fundraising events? Like, what kind of stuff like that?
Yeah, we don't really, I don't really know for that. Like, I would like to do, we're gonna try and restart up the Cochrane Skateboard Association, and like one of my
Nice.
dreams is like the Cochrane Skateboard Park cost like 360,000, I think, like 15 years ago, and
Wow.
obviously like the price of labor and the price of concrete and everything has gone up a lot in that time. But
Yeah.
like if you look at like ROI on a public facility, there's like nothing that compares to it. Like you go there in the morning and there's like moms in lawn chairs and like little kids on scooters all over the park. You go there at 10
Yeah.
o'clock at night and there's like old guys there with ghetto blasters skating the bowl, and it's just like constantly busy.
Yeah.
Last summer there were lots of days when I was there and I'd count there was 91 people at the skate park, or like yeah, almost 100 people there. So it's like
Wow.
it's not built to be that big. So something we really
Okay.
wanted was we wanted like little community spots. So like people call them skate spots, but they're like mini skate parks that you can put in
Oh.
like different areas. And then if you live up in Sunset, you don't have to like get a ride from your parents to the skateboard park, or just like little
Yeah.
things in every community, so kids can or people can have it like close to their house, kind of thing. And then too, I think just having 100 people in one zone sometimes is like it's just too many people in one spot. It gets a little crazy.
Right. So shout out to our concrete companies, our construction people watching this,
Yeah,
parents of people watching this, maybe
yeah,
like let's spread the word that we need to rally around this need for, and it really just makes Cochrane a better place to live. And like you said, it keeps these kids out of trouble. Like it's fun and it's
yeah,
active and it's a sport that they can take to higher levels. Like I think we've got some pretty big success stories around Cochrane in the skateboarding world, don't we? I've heard
yeah. We have
little
Steve
bits of that.
Graham is like a big. He's in like every magazine that you pick up right now. We sponsor a guy
Nice.
called Caleb Nichols. He's sponsored by Vans, and he's just in Des Moines, Iowa for Dew Tour 2 weeks ago. He skated really well at Dew Tour, and then he's from Calgary, but he's like on our team. And then there's a girl called Sienna White, and she's from Calgary. She's sponsored by us, and she's sponsored by Vans. She comes to prom night usually. I think when all the COVID stuff is done, she's going to start traveling and going to do tours and X Games and all those things. So it's pretty exciting.
Wow. That's so
Um,
exciting.
yeah, it's really cool.
Cool. Well, I really appreciate your time again, Sam, and thank you for
Yeah,
spreading the word in the shop. We only have a couple days left in this challenge that is Canada-wide. And again, we're trying to be crowned Canada's most active community.
yeah,
And we're, as we're trying to do this, we're also trying to rally around all the causes that are out there in Cochrane that, not everyone's aware of, like everything you brought up today. Like not everyone sees it that way or realizes it if they're not around it. So thank you for bringing
yeah,
all of that stuff into the light. And yeah, I just hope that this interview circulates and a lot of the things you brought up, are things that we can do something about and continue to make Cochrane a better place to live for not just youth, but for all ages. Because I know as a mom, it's nice to have stuff like that for your son to go and do, and they're getting better at it and they're excited to go do it and they're meeting new people, and yeah, it's really, really
yeah,
cool. So thank you for all that you do
for
in
sure.
and around
Appreciate it.
Cochrane.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on. And if you send me the link, I'll share it in our profiles and stuff like that for people to download.
Awesome, I will. Thank you so much.
Cool. Thank you.
All right. Okay, have a good night, Sam. Bye,
Yeah,
everybody. Keep
you
tracking
too.
your minutes in the Participation app, and we'll see you soon.
Take care.